What's up, y'all? It is Breakpoint. Today, we're going to show you how to make birria. What's up, y'all? As I said a second ago, we are making birria. So, first thing you want to do is you grab your chuck roast, you cut it into slices or chunks like this. You grab your pot of water. I have 16 cups here. I doubled the recipe. So, originally you put 8. And then you just put the meat in there. You dump it in there. And then you got, we have 2 onions, because we like onions here. You put it in there in the pot. 2 heads of garlic. And then 2 tablespoons of salt. Obviously, we're going to add more as we go because you have to taste your food. And then some bay leaves. Add another layer to this delicious soup that we got going on here. Now I put 4 in, but we are doubling it, so I'm putting 8. All right, and you just bring that to a boil. And then when it's almost like any type of soup that you're making, when you're boiling it, there's going to be some gunk on the top. Make sure you get a ladle and you scrape that off. That's really important that you do that. You have to watch it constantly. So we'll be back when it starts boiling, and then we'll show you what the fat looks like when it starts coming up on top. All right, folks. So while this is starting to boil, it's not quite there yet. You can work on the chili peppers, and they're called guajillo chilies. And so I let this pan heat up for a bit. It's not quite there yet. I can turn it up more. But all I'm doing is I'm taking some fat from the chuck roast, obviously, and searing it. You can use butter, you can use oil, whatever you like. But we have some dogs that like to eat some treats, so we're going to use that to our advantage. And let all of that fat just come out of the meat. And then we'll throw in our chili pods, and I got some cloves of garlic, and we'll show you that in a sec when this is all done rendering. Okay, you see all the juice down here? Starting to look pretty good. We're going to take it off relatively soon. And then we're going to add our peppers in. And we'll be right back. All right, this is done. There's definitely enough juice in there. We're taking it off the pan right now. If you need to add more juice, always good to throw some butter in there. Don't worry about it. And then now, take your guajillo chili peppers and throw them right in there. And if you have ancho chili peppers, throw those in there. Chiles de árbol, those are good too. I don't have ancho chili peppers, so I'm going to use some of the chili powder. Mix it in there. Don't want to use too much. They can be spicy for some people. But after you throw those things in there, you're going to take some garlic. I'm using 12 cloves of garlic. The original recipe calls for 6. Like I told you in the beginning, we are doubling this. So just give it a stir. Wait until the garlic's relatively cooked and the chilies it starts getting aromatic. That's when you know it's done. So go ahead and give this a stir. We'll be back when it's all done. All right, y'all. So when your spices are aromatic, you just take them and throw them right into a blender, okay? Because we're going to blend this up, and that's what's going to turn the beef broth that we have over here, it's going to turn it red, and it's going to make it actually look like birria. And so we're going to pause on this right after we put all of these spices in there because we need to wait for the onions to be done. And we can just put this on the side for now. But we can add the rest so it's ready to go right when we need it. Make sure you get all your garlic pieces. And we're going to need the onions from the birria and the garlic heads to go in here as well. So we're going to put this in the blender for now. And what I have in here, I'm going to take this off the pan. Oh, I got one more garlic clove in there. All right, and now what I have in here is I have 16 whole peppercorns, and then I got 10 cloves. You're just gonna dump that right into the blender along with some water. We got 4 cups of water here. It might look full, but it'll shrink down in no time. So call that good. And what we're also going to do is we're going to pour some of that steak juice right in there as well, and the leftover butter, so nothing goes to waste. The flavor is always there. All right, now that that's in there, now our broth is boiling a little bit. You see all this fat, emulsified fat up here? You want to take that off, skim it, and go ahead and put it into a dish. And don't worry about it like losing water. You can always add more. It's not going to hurt anything. So we're going to keep cooking this and boiling it until the onions are done, until the meat's done. And then after we add everything, you're going to want to keep boiling it until the meat is nice and tender. Not boil, but more like simmer. And we're going to use one of these when we blend those chilies. We're going to put it over the pot like this, and you're going to press it down, and then all of that juice and all of the spices, the garlic, the cloves is going to go right into the soup, and it's going to make this thing smell absolutely freaking delicious. And if you guys have not tried birria, I highly suggest it. We're going to show you how to make the tacos too. That's the best part, because the smell is just, it drives you nuts. But we're going to keep doing this until our broth is nice and clear on top, and we'll be back. All right, folks, you can see that our onions are pretty good right now. All I'm going to do is I'm going to fish them out. I'm going to add them to this little blender that we got with the peppers, and also the heads of garlic that we put in here. And if you need to blend it up, if you don't have a big enough blender, go ahead and blend it first, and then come back, add more stuff, and blend it again. It's not too bad. I think we might be able to squeeze it in here. The onion's starting to fall apart, so it's a good sign that it's ready to go. So I got the garlics out, and then I got the onions. So now we're going to blend it, but let me make this onion a little smaller, and we'll be right back. If the onion's too hot to touch, just use your tongs. Don't worry about it. Now all I'm doing is, I could even cut it smaller. A little too big to go in there. Call that one good. Easy enough, right? So if you need to cut it in smaller chunks, all I'm doing right now is, like I said, making it smaller so it can fit in my blender. And this is all going to get blended too. Oops. Throw that away. But it's a little hot. Tongs are sometimes not reliable, so I put that in there. Got to plug it in. Make sure this is secured on there. That way you don't get splashed in the face. We're going to blend this up. All right. It's done blending. Now, all you're going to do, you're going to grab one of these strainers or colanders. You're going to pour it right over the top of it. And if you need to, you can always add water to this. That way you can help it drain a little better in there. You see how it's going down there like that? You can always push it down too with a ladle or a wood spoon, whatever you got. And like I said, if you need to, you can add some water to help strain it a little better, but it's not going to hurt nothing. And we haven't even added our seasonings yet, so this is going to be good, guys. And we'll be back when this all goes down in there. Like I said, I'll show you again. It'll take some time. So we'll be back. All right, folks, it's been about 20 minutes. We pushed it all down as much as we can. We added some of the boiling water in here with the ladle, make it go down easier, but we were just letting it drain for about, like I said, 20 minutes. Just discard the pulp and the leftovers in the garbage. And now what you're going to do, you're going to add, I'd say about 4 to 5 tablespoons of beef bouillon. That's what we got right here. That's 1, 2. I'm going to put 4 in for now because we're going to add some more seasonings. You can always add more of this stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. So there's the beef bouillon, and now you're going to put oregano and thyme in. I'm just going to put some Italian seasoning. I know it's cross-culture, but should be fine. All it is just oregano, thyme, basil, and some marjoram, so it's not that big of a difference. Just kind of eyeball it for now. You can always add more. It's a little difficult to take it away. And we're going to add some cumin. And then you're going to give it a stir. Like I said, folks, you can always add more as needed. Try it as you're going. And when you're doing this, now that you've added your seasonings, you're going to throw a lid on it. And you're going to let it simmer until the meat is nice and tender. Okay, but as I said, and I'm going to keep stressing it, always try the broth because you never know how it's going to turn out to be unless you try it. So it could be too spicy, not salty enough for you. It might not have enough cumin on it, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and cover this up until our meat is nice and tender, and we'll be back. Guys, another thing with the birria, when you're cooking it, when you're slow cooking it, obviously try it as you go, but stir it every once in a while. That way all of the meat cooks evenly. Okay? And if you try it's too salty, add some water. You know, if you need more seasoning, put more seasoning in it. But give it time to cook. That way you allow the spices to actually bloom while they're in there, and try it after about 10-15 minutes of it actually settling inside of the juice. So it's not quite done yet. Got about 3 more hours to go for it to be completely ready and the meat to just to fall apart tender. But we'll see you then, y'all. All right, folks, this has been simmering for about 6 hours now. Notice how dark this birria is. This is exactly the color you want, okay? And the meat is nice and tender. I took some out already and I shredded it for you in this little thing because we're going to make the tacos now. And we'll show you how to do that. All right, so now we got our cast iron skillet heated up. We're going to put some lard in there, or manteca. Not a lot. You don't need too much. And so there's 2 ways to do this. We found it easier to put this in the pan and then pour the birria on top, or you can dip it inside of the birria. So I can show you both ways. Either way, doesn't matter. But I'm going to dip it in here after this manteca melts a little bit more, or the lard. Because you want to fry these tacos. You don't want to just cook them. Otherwise, they're going to be really soggy. So we're going to heat this up for a second and we'll be right back. All right, so now the pan is heated up. I'm just going to dip this corn tortilla in the birria like this. Be careful, it's a little hot still. Put it on there like that. Grab your meat. Put some on there. You got to be quick about this because you're frying the tortilla. You don't want to burn it. Put the cheese on there. whatever cheese you like. We're using cheddar. We usually use queso fresco, or cojita cheese is good too. And you want to close it. All right, just like that. And now, once it's pretty seared on one side, you're going to flip it, vice versa.
About 35, 40 seconds.
Yeah, 35, 40 seconds on each side. Call it good. And then serve it up. You obviously we'll show you what it looks like, but you get a side of the birria and you dip the tacos in there. Man, that's so good. And afterwards, you put some onions, lime, cilantro on top. Oh yeah, see, it's already getting that nice golden brown color that we love so much, and it smells divine. You guys are gonna love this recipe, I promise you. If you need to, turn your heat up a little more so it cooks quicker. But we're gonna plate it up for you. After this one's done, I'm gonna show you the other method. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You, like I said, you fry it both sides for a couple of seconds, 40, 45 seconds, 35 to 45 seconds, then call it good. You can do multiple at a time, but you know, for video sake purposes, I'm just gonna do one, right? That's method one, and I'm gonna show you method two. All right, method two. Throw it in there, grab some of the sauce, pour it on top. Don't be scared of the oil. Give it a flip. Pour that on top again. It's definitely frying, so grab your meat, put some in there, grab your cheese. This is a messy job, guys, so don't be scared of it. See, sometimes it'll be a little too soggy, but that's okay. We're gonna fry it sealed shut anyways, so give it another 35, 40 seconds, and then flip it. So we just flipped it. It's cooking. Got a couple seconds here. So you see these lines in the corn tortilla? You don't want to flip it like this, because then it'll start cracking on you, just like that one did. I didn't pay attention. So flip it with the lines, and it'll make your life a lot easier. All right, folks, it's all plated up. We put some diced onions in there. We got some cilantro. We don't have any, we ran out, but we put some chives on top. Obviously, you get your limes. You squeeze these babies right on top of the tacos. The lime makes everything, guys. And we got a side of beans too. Can't forget those. So you're gonna dip this in there just like that. And we're going in for the taste test. I'm gonna make sure this is coated. That needs another bite because that is just insanely delicious. You guys are gonna love this recipe. It's good for family barbecues, family friends, if you're having a party, whatever. Don't forget to check out our other links in the description. We have our beans down below. If you don't know how to make them, definitely can show you. Super easy. But thank you all so much. We appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to let us know down in the comments if you have any requests for food. We'll let you know, and we can definitely make it for you, and we'll make a video on it. Shout out to you. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content, and we'll see you next time.